and odds, that's our deal. From underdogs to favorites, we break it down. Empty Field Podcast, the talk of the town. Empty Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. One interviews with stars, we bring in the heat. Sports news and odds talk that can't be beat.
Welcome to another episode of the Empty Field Podcast. My name is Matthew Hansen. Today, I have a 9-year vet of the WNFC. It's her first year with the glory, number 83, Jay White. Jay, how are you?
Matt?
Doing good, doing good. First off, tell us about yourself.
Boy, the dreaded question. So like you said, I'm a 9-year vet. I am actually from Minnesota by way of Chicago. So I played for the Minnesota Vixen for a handful of years before.
Soda.
Yeah. All the way up in the tundra. So played tight end there, played in Denver for a few years, and now I'm with KC. So
I am from Minnesota, the tundra you speak of.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually snowing right now.
Where are you in?
I am in central Minnesota, right in dead center.
Okay, nice.
Candioi County.
Okay, I like it. I don't go
Ugh.
up there. It's very cold.
Yeah, I don't want to look out. I have a window right here. I don't want to look out. It's snowing right now. It's supposed to get like 7 inches on Saturday. Not a fan of it.
Oh my gosh. We got like 6 inches here in Denver last week, and now it's gone. It's 60 degrees. So
I'm not looking forward to it. Anyways, we can talk about the snow all day, every day.
sure.
What got you into football?
Well, I've been playing football since I was little. I first played, I think I was in 4th grade. Yeah. And played tight end there as well. Literally been a tight end my whole life. Played tackles with the boys for the West Side Boosters in St. Paul, Minnesota. So I'm lucky enough to have a mom that supports all my wildest dreams. And when I said I wanted to play tackle football, she made it happen. So literally been playing ever since.
Whose playing style in the NFL would most resemble you?
Oh, that's a good question. Now that I'm old, it's gonna be definitely more of the blocking tight ends. But when I was younger, when I first started, definitely more like Brock Bowers. As a young guy, I love Antonio Gates. As a tight end, he's. I mean, him and Tony Gonzalez. Like, I don't know how to choose one. But Mark Andrews, my guy, even though he gets some flack sometimes, the way he blocks, I love blocking. So I'm a big blocking tight end. And so probably Mark Andrews at this point of my life.
Awesome. So then what drew you into that tight end position?
Well, when I was young, that's where they told me I was going to play. So I got put there. And I just never left. Like, even when I came back to Minnesota to play again after like doing other sports, obviously it's what I knew, but watching tight ends, they're always doing something different, and nobody's paying attention to them. They don't get the flash, and I'm not flashy, so it's like a little too small to be a lineman, and so I can't quite get in there all the time. But I can catch, I can run routes, and I can block. And I love to get out on the move and block. So it's just a place where I don't even know if I would fit anywhere else.
Perfect. So why do you like blocking? Wouldn't you rather like do a route?
Sometimes I do have my favorite routes that I love to run. Like I love running outs. I love running slants and whip routes. Anything that gets me kind of in the mix. Because linebackers and corners, they like to try to come in and hit hard, but I used to set all the picks in basketball. So it's just like, if you want to throw me over the middle at like one of those kill shot balls, I'll take it. But when it comes to blocking, it's just like, there's just nothing like being able to create space for other people. Like I said, I'm not flashy. I'm not interested in getting in the end zone every play. I don't need the ball in my hands. But I bet if you watch the tape, I'm the reason why quite a few of my running backs have gotten in the end zone and my quarterbacks have gotten in the end zone. And so there's something fun about that. There's something fun about, just decleating somebody and putting them on film and being like, sit down.
Perfect. So what part of your game are you the most confident in?
Honestly, my IQ. That's something that I take a lot of pride in. I've played sports my entire life and watched football my entire life. And it's just something that in our league in women's football is something that's the hardest to be elite at, because we didn't have the opportunity growing up. A lot of us are new to this sport, and so you have to be a student of the game to be at the highest level. You can't just rely on your athleticism, because if you do, you will put yourself in positions to get, basically thought out of the game. OC or a DC can just plan around you because you just don't know the concepts or the ideas that could make you great. So I think my IQ is the thing that I'm like, I can sit down with anybody and have a conversation about football, and they'll be like, "Wow, you actually know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Yes," because I just need to know. I always want to know the why we're doing something. So to me, that's the thing that I take the most pride in.
Awesome. So now, what's something that you're actively working on to improve?
Yes, keeping up with these people. So it's like I said, 9 years in, and I'm 34. So it's not like I'm 9 years in and I'm 29. I'm on the other side of this thing, and so it's always going to be like being, I have a great baseline strength, I like to think. But staying in the gym, staying as quick as I can on my feet. Over time, we just get slower. It's a thing that naturally happens, and so it's something that I have to put a lot of work in to stay what I feel is athletic, right? Other people might look at me and be like, "You're really athletic," but I need to know that I'm athletic, and I need my teammates to think I'm athletic. So, yeah.
How do you prepare for game week?
Oh, great question. Game week is a full week of preparation these days. So I've got different lifting sessions throughout the week that are tapered a little bit differently during game week. Of course, before our first game, before we really get into like our scrimmages and stuff, excuse me, before we get into our scrimmages and stuff, it's heavy. Everything's heavy, heavy but fast. But we start to get a little bit more mobile when we get closer to games. Start doing a little bit lighter weights, a lot more recovery. The eating is quite different when you get towards the season, because while you need to eat a lot to keep up with the energy, it's a lot more fruits and vegetables, a lot more lean meats than just in the off season where you could just pretty much do whatever. And then it's a lot of film and making sure that I understand what the goal is for the weekend, who we're playing against, all those things, because all of these teams in our league are so different. They all try to do something different. So, when we look at our first opponent in Seattle, like they're going to be a completely different team this year because they've had a lot of changes, but it's trying to understand what their defensive coordinator historically does, right? So I can be prepared, see who's on the roster, see who's on the D line. Have I played them before? What do I know about them? And it's just like that mental game. It becomes all mental. And then the night before, it's just like relax, like don't stress, play some Fortnite, like don't overthink it. There's nothing new under the sun, right? Like there's nothing anybody can do, like a DN can do throw at me that I've not seen. So it's just kind of like going into it like very very calm, very cool headed.
Stop. Before we continue this episode here, are you staying hydrated? No, no, no. Have you tried Hydrofy? Man, it's not just flavored water. It's clean hydration with electrolytes that actually work. No sugar crash, no junk ingredients. Pretty simple. Hydrofy keeps you sharp and fueled for the day. I use it because, man, it's simple, effective, and it just tastes real good. Hydrate smarter, hydrate better. That's Hydrofy. Use promo code MTF to get 10% off your order. Just say, hey, Matt from the Empty Field podcast sent you.
Yeah, you bring up preparing for the defense. How much film do you watch?
Probably not enough, if I'm being honest. I know some people that like watch film every day. I can't do that. I'm an overthinker. So I do like kind of like your standard walkthrough of like the couple games before, whatever we have access to at the time. And I've always watched other teams through the regular season. So I'll like go back and watch like, oh, what games happened this week? What am I interested in? So I'll watch it as a fan, and then I'll watch it as like a player. but I'm not in there for like 8 hours. That's not happening because I will I'll just overthink everything. So we're in the couple hour mark per week, and a lot of it is looking at our film too, right? It's not just about what they're doing; it's about what we're not doing right. So if I'll look at practice film and see like how my steps are looking, what feels off. Like if I'm like, I don't get this concept for whatever reason, go back and look at the film and be like, I'm stepping the wrong way. Like if I step this way, it'll be a lot easier. But really it's just like kind of high level and then a little bit of the detail of like the my matchups in particular, and then we're out.
Awesome. So now, in your mind, what separates a good tight end to a great one?
It honestly is the willingness to do the dirty work. It's a lot of what's happening in the NFL right now and in the NCAA with football is great because you're seeing a lot more involvement of tight ends on really good teams. Really good teams have elite tight ends. They're elite run blockers. They get down the field when like passes happen. They're there to make a lane for their teammates. And so it's a lot of the like putting your head down, blocking the big guys that you see coming for you, and making sure that the people around you are successful, and then picking your moments. Right, you always are going to have a moment in a game where you could really make something special happen, whether that's a really big block that's like, where it's a really big block coming across the line at the snap, where it's like, if you don't make this kick out block, this play is busted. Or whether it's like finding space in a zone defense that is like to get a first down, that's like an essential first down. So it's about doing the dirty work and picking your moments. Obviously, you're not like I tell wide receivers this all the time too, because we always have a lot of young ones on our teams. You can't get the ball every play. There's only one person that touches the ball every play, and that's the center. Quarterback doesn't even touch the ball every play, depending on what kind of team you're on. And so when you get that chance, make things happen. But if until you get that moment, be a great teammate. And so that means you have to do the things that you might not think are glorious.
So now you're in the huddle.
hmm
They call number 83. You're getting the ball. What's going through your mind?
Nothing. I've made that mistake before. It's not you don't change anything. I've seen people when I was playing defense last year. Actually, I was watching film on who was it? I want to say it was San Diego, and every time a certain player was going to get the ball, like you could tell that the play was designed for them, they would like spin in their gloves and wipe them, and it's like a very obvious tell. And those are the kind of things that like film junkies and coaches pick up on. So it's like if you see this person do the X, Y, and Z, you know exactly what's about to happen. So I try to change nothing. Yeah, I'm like, you go to your spot, you get in the same stance, you do the same thing. If you're gonna wipe your gloves every play, cool. If you're gonna do it randomly, fine. But you can't do it, on the times you're gonna get the ball. So I try to just ignore it and be like, cool, like just do what I'm supposed to do.
Awesome. Now, how do you recover after a bad play, missed block, drop ball?
Yeah, that depending on the situation, it is hard sometimes to move on to the next play. Um, but my teammates have always been good about like picking me up. Because sometimes, if you miss a block and it could have been a touchdown, you really needed it, or if it was fourth down, it can stick with you for a minute. And I try to just let it happen. And try not to just tell myself immediately with the playovers, like forget it, forget it, forget it, because that's not realistic all the time when it comes to our mental health as athletes. Um, but knowing that, like trusting the work, trusting that I know what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes you just get beat. Sometimes, right, like a defense is just primed to make that play. They call it at the right time, and it just works. And you just kind of have to accept that and move on. Um, but know that it might take you a play or two. And you just have to kind of get through it. Sometimes it's a mental grind to get through bad plays. So it's not always dropped after, you know, right as it happens. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Oh, absolutely. How is your chemistry with your quarterback?
So far so good. We haven't been able to play in a real game yet together. But both my quarterbacks are great, honestly. I love working with them. I love watching them work and getting to talk to them when I'm in town. Especially since I don't live in Kansas City, it's tricky to be able to to build that kind of chemistry. But every time I'm there, they're incredible. I stay with one of them sometimes when I go, so we're working hard on building that chemistry off the field and on the field. So, but so far so good.
So this is your first year with the Glory.
Yep.
What will it be like wearing that Kansas City Glory jersey?
It's gonna be pretty special. I can already tell. I've played against Kansas City and their coaches in both of the leagues that I've been in. So it just feels right in this moment to make this change. I had the opportunity to do it before and I didn't do it, but I'm glad it worked out the way that it did. And so I look forward to putting it on for the first time. I literally don't even have it yet, so I look forward to literally putting it on for the first time and seeing myself in some red and gold.
Awesome. Now you've played in both leagues. What's the biggest misconception about women's sports?
Oof. Don't get me started, Matt. Um, there's just so many. The biggest one, I think that from what a lot of people that I've talked to that are, I would say, doubters, is that we're not like we don't have the physical ability to do the same thing that the men do. Um, and to that, I say you're not wrong. Like there's always going to be a difference in speed, right, and size, like sheer size of an athlete, which is different force, but physics. There is anybody that I've talked to that doubts women's sports or athletes, when they start to watch the sport, whether it's hockey, basketball, football, track and field, they s- they find that our love of the game and our like the way we study what we do and become good at it, um, is really remarkable. And I think that's something that I actually love about playing women's sports, is that there's just there's just such a difference in like the love of the game and the passion of the game. You can, even if you compare like the WNBA and NBA, you can watch those two games and just be like, are they playing the same sport? Like the WNBA is so technical, is so smart. They're running concepts that men just don't run. And so it's just always something. It's just always something special to watch when it comes to women's sports.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody at the gas station, and they saw me doing the interviews with the WNFC players, and they're like, "Do they hit like? Is it like padded football?" I'm like, "Yeah, they got pads and everything." They're
Yeah,
like, "Is it like hard hitting?" I'm like,
yeah.
"Yeah." They're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I'm like, "Yeah, check out the interviews, dude. Like, they hit each other." He's
hmm
like, "I might have to take a look at."
Yeah, absolutely. We love hitting too. Like I can't wait till we put pads on every year, because I'm like, I can't wait to hit somebody. Like I was just telling a friend of mine who she coaches now, actually. She's an O-line coach. And she sent like this funny video of like an Oklahoma drill. And I was like, God, I love Oklahoma drill. Like a controlled one, not like the old school psycho ones, but like a controlled, smart Oklahoma drill where it's just like me, the defender, and like my running back behind me, or like my quarterback behind me, and like, let's just go.
Let's just hit each other.
Yeah, let's just hit each other. Let's see what happens.
All right, here comes rapid fire.
Ooh,
Would you rather block or catch?
block.
Red zone or midfield grind?
Oh, red zone.
Film study or do a couple extra reps?
A couple extra reps.
Physical battle or a mental chess game?
Chess game.
Loud crowd or quiet crowd?
Ooh, loud.
Travis Kelsey, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony.
Okay. Lead by example or lead vocally?
Example.
One word describe you.
Chill.
Awesome. Since you are a vet and technically a rookie on the Glory, do
Mhm.
you have a vet Glory or are you a rookie Glory?
I don't have like an assigned vet. I don't think I don't know if they consider me a rookie. It doesn't feel like it. So I think I'm just a vet.
Perfect. If you could talk to 10-year-old you, what would you tell her?
I would tell her that it's all going to work out, and that every struggle was totally worth it in the long run.
Awesome. Any special shout outs you want to give?
Oh, I want to shout out all of my old teammates. We like are all in different places now. So everybody that's playing like from Utah to Vegas, people still in Minnesota, people in Texas, like I've loved every minute of playing with you guys, and I can't wait to see what all of you are going to do this season and to beat up on a couple of you.
All right. And where can everybody find you on the socials?
You can find me on Instagram at the Nestview. Yeah, that's mainly it. I'm on Threads too. It's the same one. I don't use TikTok really, so don't look for me there.
All right, Jay, well, I appreciate you stopping by, talking to us about your football career and your first year with Glory.
Thanks, Matt.
Fans of 1T Media Production, do you guys drink coffee? Sure you do. I, myself, drink quite a bit of coffee, so I always turn to a Fuera coffee for my go-to. It's smooth, it's bold, it's not too heavy. Perfect for that early morning or when you just need to lock in for the day. The best part is, at every purchase, 5% goes back to the great outdoors. Get a bag like this. I get two myself. Use promo code MTF and you get 15% off your order. Guys, what's not to love about coffee, free money, and deliciousness of Fuera coffee?
Yeah, MT Field, where the action's real. Sports news and odds, that's our deal. From underdogs to favorites, we break it down. MT Field podcast, the talk of the town. MT Field, where we lay it all out. Breaking down games, removing all doubt. Interviews with stars, we're bringing the heat. Sports news and odds, talk that can't be